Good morning. I'm Mark Allen with Gaper.io, and I'm here today with Lori Beveridge and Jon Martin of California Elite Fitness, the two co-founders. Good morning, Jon and Lori. How you doing?
Good morning.
Great. Good morning.
Good. And Lori, I see you're sporting your team colors there. You're a Stanford grad?
We work at Stanford. We're employed by Stanford.
Ah, very good. A very fine university. So to start with, can you both give me a brief background or just description of your background and what you've been doing before Elite Fitness?
Sure. Well, I'm Lori, and for over 15 years, I've been a certified fitness trainer and run coach, and we specialize in optimal health and transformation, gaining strength, endurance, and especially confidence. I serve private clients, large corporations, and Dr. Martin and I are both employed by Stanford University as fitness specialists. Currently, I love to run in races of all distances, and right now I'm training for my 6th Boston Marathon.
Wow. Are they going to have the Boston Marathon this year?
October 20.
Oh, they moved it. I always remember the Boston Marathon is on tax day. It's April 15th. So
Yeah, that's right.
So Jon, how about yourself? What's your
Yeah,
background?
so I'm a chiropractor. I've been practicing for 25 years, and I focus on functional medicine and sports injury and sports rehabilitation. And like Lori, we met through the endurance training world, running marathons. I've run over 40 marathons. I've run ultra marathons, and I've done a few half Ironman triathlons. Also played college soccer. So sporting and fitness has all been a part of my world since basically birth.
And I have a great story about a chiropractor that I went to. I assume you do active release therapy?
Yeah, yeah.
I, I did that. I had a torn rotator cuff and I went to a chiropractor like yourself, and he did 3 sessions of ART, and what a difference. So
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's not just about adjusting people. That therapy, is needs to be integrated into your plans too.
Yes, absolutely. And then the final thing I did was acupuncture, just so you know. And then sometimes I forget which shoulder it was.
That's the whole goal, right? You
Right.
don't want to have to go back.
Right. Yeah, and I haven't. And it's got to be 15 years now.
Well, and that's why we do have. That's why I gravitated towards fitness, because really you can't just get treatment. You have to actually make then strengthening and fitness a way of life.
Hmm.
That'll keep you away from the doctor.
Yes, I agree. So tell me about California Elite Fitness. What do you do? Who is your target audience? What sets you apart?
Well, our target audience originally were large corporations. We work for PayPal, eBay, and a few other companies. And that's when we came together. We were working with those large corporations in conjunction. Also, we were helping, we specifically worked for the Graduate School of Business and the medical school.
Hmm.
So it was visiting international business folks that would come into Stanford, and we were their trainer for a week or sometimes the whole summer.
Hmm.
And for us, that is our target audience right now.
Okay, so corporations.
Hmm.
So
And individuals too.
an individual, yes. So then the pandemic must have hit your business pretty hard, since corporations, gyms, everything were pretty much shut down. People were working from home, correct?
Yeah, that's true. The whole world was forced to transform and deliver their services digitally in March, and fitness was absolutely no different. And after about a week of an antsy wait and see, we felt a deep responsibility to our clients and community to serve and help them. And so our reaction was just to shoot first and aim later,
Hmm.
because our biggest obstacle was learning how to digitally deliver the fitness training that we were so used to doing in person online. And that was a really steep learning curve when it came to the hardware, software services, and setup that was required. And so almost on a dime, everything was done completely remote. We reached out to our existing clients and companies. We leveraged social media and Zoom to try and build our community. And actually, our experience, though, was that although we really missed that in-person training, that's such a part of coaching and fitness, we discovered that we could do so virtually, and in some ways even more successfully. It allowed us to reach not only our existing companies, but also people that we've met in different geographic areas around the world through Stanford, and also help us reach people we would have never reached before.
Interesting. So did your business actually increase over time because of that?
It definitely went global in some ways because anyone can Zoom in. We don't have to be there physically. And it helped expand our corporate reach because now we could do other offices besides just, San Jose based office. So actually it was challenging, but it was a good challenge.
Good. Learning on the fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because your business isn't considered a technical business, so all of a sudden you had to be very technical about what you did, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, and is it just the two of you, or do you have other trainers that work under you?
So yeah, we brought. So what happened is when the pandemic hit, Lori was great. So we were like two different people. I was the fitness science guy, and she was the fitness business person. So that's why we merged together, because it was a really good fit and it allowed us to expand. But when the pandemic hit, we had to turn on a dime, and there's no way we were going to be able to learn all this technology and go from face to face to virtual without a quick turnaround. So we brought others in to help us with the technology, and it really showed us that we could expand.
Yeah, interesting. Because I remember I did some online classes when the pandemic first hit, and you'd have 70 people online that I would say at least half of them had never used Zoom before, and wasn't quite the same experience. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, we had our challenges. There were little glitches here and there where we were doing some training programs together, and all of a sudden I would disappear, or Lori would disappear, or somebody's audio would go down. So yeah, there was that learning curve, but we've got it almost perfected.
Yeah, no, and it's funny too. A fair number of the time, the instructor didn't have good Wi-Fi or good internet connection. So that part, the one person you want to see was like
exactly, or you couldn't hear them.
Yes, that was it. And there'd be people talking over because they didn't know how to mute and all that stuff. I remember I actually helped my gym with all their Zoom controls because they weren't quite up to date on it.
Oh, you are a blessing.
Yeah, because they didn't know any of that stuff, and I'm an IT guy, so I said, hey, first of all, you can mute everybody, you can do this, you can do that, all these little tricks that I think we all know now, but it did take a while. So
yeah, well, what's funny is it probably seemed easy for you, but for us, we were like, really, it was such a steep learning curve, especially for me.
Yeah. See, I wish I'd known you back in about a year ago now.
Me too.
Yeah. But now see, now you're self-sufficient on this stuff. So, what do you think going forward for fitness? Do you think this remote fitness is going to stay? Or do you think, I personally can't wait to get back to my gym, but what are your clients telling you? They are liking this arrangement?
Well, it's been really interesting. I think one thing, Jon will talk about this more later on, is the dynamics that we've been able to create together. But we believe that the future of remote learning is really going to be a hybrid, a combination of both work from home and in person. I don't think gym studios are going to be fully operational in the near future, at least not until we get herd immunity to the virus. And so I think it's going to be a combination of that virtual and socially distant workouts, training, and events that are just going to be part of the new normal. And from our perspective, we really want to keep pace with what is available in the health and wellness space, and also maintain our unique relational approach that we feel is super important. But we think other opportunities, Peloton, Apple Fitness, that there's room for all of us, and they actually complement our business. And we all stand on the front line of obesity and disease. That's how we feel, and they complement our mission.
So. Very good. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw, who is it? Beachbody is going public. Did you see that? They announced that the other day.
Yes. I actually am a Beachbody coach. It's not something that I actively do, but it's also a great program. And I really appreciate them, for they pushed me to do a lot of personal growth work. So.
Yes, I know. I actually did P90X many years ago, about 10 years ago.
Oh, yes. I know Tony Horton. He's a great guy.
I think we all did that.
Yeah, that is one heck of a workout. You are in shape after 90 days. So, to finish, what do you think, like in general, remote learning, remote work, all of those things, you specify your beliefs, remote fitness, but what do you think about the world? How's it going to change going forward with everything being remote? And do you think it'll be the hybrid model, or do you think the remote, the full remote is here to stay?
I don't know if the full remote is here to stay. I think the hybrid model is probably, especially in our business, where it's going to be. But I think for us, what's great about this is, I think we'll always maintain our face-to-face training locally. But what's really the takeaway we get from this is that now we're able to reach people all across the country, all across the world. So it's a whole new income stream for us. It's allowed us to really branch out and become bigger than we ever thought. If we were maintaining a local business, there's only so much growth there, but now it's, almost unlimited. Yeah. So I think it's here to stay. I have a son in school, so he's doing all remote learning still, but I think they will go back to school.
I hope
so. We believe it'll probably be somewhat of a hybrid system.
And out of curiosity, because I've done all these exercises, when someone's like weight training, is that much harder to do remote, or is it basically the same thing and you just have to have the right camera angles?
That's a really great question. And I think initially we were hesitant in somewhat, especially some of our private clients, they would want, I have one client who has osteoporosis and some other chronic diseases, and I was hesitant to train her online. But as it turns out, I think because of the pandemic, we all extend grace toward one another and patience. And I feel like she's accomplished more with her and I working remotely than we did in person in some ways. So there's ways to do it. It's just learning something to do something differently.
Yeah, and I do know people who have done, the heavier weight training. They've set up gyms in their house with heavy weight squat racks, and then they have trainers online, and they do it. I think the only issue there would be if somebody is just starting that for the first time and they may need a spotter or things like that. That poses some type of problem.
That's true. If you're doing heavy weights, you do need a spotter. So
exactly.
I personally just do those like 20-pounders.
Control.
Yeah. When I was younger, I might have done a little bit more, but now as you get older, it's like, I don't need those big muscles.
Exactly.
To get up and down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, feel the same.
So, well, Lori and Jon, thank you very much. Thank you for your time today. It's been fascinating. This is one of my favorite topics is health and fitness. I've always tried to stay healthy. So it's great to know that the pandemic hasn't, it slowed you down, but it kept you got through it and you're thriving, it sounds like. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you very much and have a great weekend.
Well, thank you for all that you do for startups and new businesses as well.
Oh, thank you.
We couldn't do it without you.
Right.